Hello, my name is Dr. Consuelo Ibarra-Rodríguez. I am a rehabilitation doctor and I am the standing president of the Mexican Academy of Cerebral Palsy and Developmental Disorders. And I will talk to you about the editorial letter that will be in the next DMCN published in March 2025. And the title of the editorial letter is Navigating Challenges with Cerebral Palsy in Low and Middle Income Countries. We know that cerebral palsy is the main pediatric motor disability worldwide, and it is particularly concerning the prevalence of cerebral palsy in low and middle income countries compared to high income countries. In low and middle income countries, it is reported to be 3.4 per 1,000 live births, and in high income countries, it is dramatically lower. It is reported to be in 1.5. So beginning with this, we know that the scenario of what needs to be done in middle and low income countries is much bigger, the challenge. Also, there are a lot of complexities that people with CP live with, and it extends beyond the child with cerebral palsy. It extends to the family, and it affects the family in a social, emotional, and economical well-being that needs to be addressed. So these deep implications go beyond childhood, because we know that cerebral palsy is a lifelong condition. So it is crucial that we work towards the outcomes that we need to make sure that the child with cerebral palsy needs to receive to have a better quality of life. The cultural context in low and middle income countries also needs to be talked about, because families rely a lot in beliefs and traditions, which not necessarily are implied with evidence-based medicine. So this approach needs to be nuanced and in a very respectful way to help that the health services that they receive are evidence-based guidelines that we know exist and sometimes are not carried on. Another thing that we need to talk about is the social stigma, because the people with the families that live with disability in low and middle income countries are often isolated, they're made aside, discriminated, and that together with the health challenges that they face when the government does not give all the support that they need, well, it makes them have feelings of helplessness and that lead to mental health issues that we need to support. In Mexico, a survey was applied of how disability was perceived, and there are numbers, very impressive numbers. 41.6% of people with disability think that their rights are not respected. 44.9% of people with disability perceive that there is a high discrimination at the moment whether they are looking for a job. And what is something that is very impactful is that this survey that was applied to the people in general, 42.1% agreed that people with disability are of little use at work. So a lot has to be done. Now, another thing is the challenges that they face respecting physical accessibility and accessibility to health services. And here, in Mexico, as well as in other low and middle income countries, the government does not cover all the health services that they need. So here it is very important to talk about NGOs that exist. The Mexican Academy of Cerebral Palsy, its mission is to bring the best clinical guidelines and the best practices and evidence-based medicine to all the health practitioners around people with disability. And it is very important for us to work together with NGOs like Instituto Nuevo Amanecer, like APAC, which is the Asociación de Personas Pro Personas con Discapacidad, Parálisis Cerebral, and Sistema Teletón, because we are helping to fill in that gap of health services, of therapeutical services, of education, and assistive technology that the government is not covering. So in conclusion, we need to face all these challenges that the families face and advocate for them so that no child is left behind, and that we can make sure that a child with cerebral palsy can have a beautiful and fulfilling life together with their families. Thank you very much.